live. Anybody see us? Anybody hear us yet? Never done this before, so you'll have to bear with us. Definitely won't be good at this. So it looks like there's 4 people in here, maybe? 2 likes. Hey, thanks for that. So we're trying to figure out how to do this. Like I say, never been live before, so we got our computers and
we got a phone telling us it's about to die.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. We're gonna have to grab something to charge the phone. That's one thing I didn't look at. James is gonna grab the charger real quick. Anyway, how prepared can you be for these things sometimes? So how is everybody tonight? Hey Shane, you got Kim with you? It's gonna get old when you're looking back and forth at the screen out here for comments. Whenever Jaime gets back in here, I'll be able to have her reading it. Australia, wow. Oh, so I'm blown away from that. Thank you so much for watching and being here. Australia is definitely one of the places that I would love to visit one day. You hear that, Shane?
Yes.
Penny Willis, is that right? From Queensland, Australia. All right, boss is back. What you have going over here? So guys, we want to open this thing up to you know anything farm talk. A lot of you guys, if you watch, you know the kind of stuff that we do and the kind of stuff that we're into. At some point in the video, we will.
Hello, Shane.
At some point throughout the live, we're gonna probably talk about some things that are upcoming for us, infrastructure-wise for the farm, how we're gonna try to grow and things like that. But we'd really like to open it up to any questions that people have for things that we do. If you watch the video and seen something and wanted to ask a question about how we did it, why we did it, or anything like that, we'd love to try to answer those questions. Looks like we got 7 people in here. We have a couple people that have commented. So I'm not sure who else here. If you're in here, leave us a comment so we'll know who's here, so we can talk to you guys. Oh, and click that thumbs up. Thanks, Shane. So that's one thing that I would definitely like to touch on. Shane and Kim from over at Kinfolk Farms, we're quickly becoming friends with them. They have helped us tremendously over the past month or so as far as getting our channel up to 1,000 subscribers and willing to give us any advice for the channel that they can, and we are very, very appreciative of that. We've had some help from other channels in the past. Chuck Lewis from over at Sheridan Park Farms has shouted us out several times. We've actually been up to their farm and visited with them.
Their original farm.
Yeah, the original Sheridan Park Farm. We went there before they moved to Grady, North Carolina, I think. Anyhow, learned a lot from those guys, and very, very appreciative to anybody and everybody that has helped us out. We're actually going to be going over to Kinfolk Farms on Saturday. They're going to be castrating and weaning, separating piglets, and Jamie and I have gotten pretty good at that. So, who's that?
James.
Oh, that's James. Hey, James. So anyway, we're going to go over there and we're going to witness. We're not going to help. We're going to witness. But just to be able to give pointers. This is going to be their first time doing it, and if they have any issues, we would love to be there to be able to give advice and things like that. So that's one of the upcoming things we've got going on. Other than that, we're always building something. If you guys have watched any of the last few videos, we've built a lot of things here lately. So we built a shade trailer. You look at me like you don't know.
Yeah, shade trailer.
Shade trailer with a big water tank on it. Set up an automatic water and the next build. You guys are gonna like this. So I've had a lot of questions about the trailer itself and how we intend to fill that trailer way out there without having to hook it up and haul it back, near the farm to get water filled back up in it. So we have another trailer that we're going to put another IBC tote on, and we're going to buy a pretty hefty transfer pump, mount it all on this trailer, and we already own a generator, so I'm not going to buy a gas powered pump for this. So the generator will be mounted on the trailer, and we will be able to fill the tank on the shade trailer from another IBC tote. It'll be pretty fun. We're trying to overcome our water issues. A really big pasture out there that we're doing stuff in, and we have intentions to run a water line all the way through out there with several spigots out through there on some posts. And
that's a big project.
yeah, we just haven't gotten there yet. We still got to get approval from the county to tie into a county water line and all that kind of stuff.
So welcome, David, from Port St. Lucia, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
What's he saying there?
So he was watching Shane from Kim Folks when we hit 1,000.
Sweet, sweet, yeah. So it's kind of funny. Our YouTube journey has been it's been long and kind of hard. I think we've got 218 videos, I think, and my kids always just said I wasn't very entertaining. I wasn't good at this, but
We're gonna have a little guest
Oh,
walk
yeah.
through real quick. She's gonna be bashful. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, one of those sugar-free flavored waters. Awesome. Anyhow, but yeah, a lot of farm things coming. We're still working on trying to get our barn done. We kind of ran out of our reclaimed tin that we had. So
He's telling the fib.
No, I'm not telling fib. We still have a fair amount to put up. I'm not fibbing, but we're not going to have enough to finish. So I kind of lost my stride in that project.
Mama's horse stuff always gets bumped to the bottom.
Who is this?
So, Vineyard Farmhouse
The new farmhouse. Hey guys. What do they say?
says, good evening. I subscribed to you this week before Kim Folks notified me that you were doing your first live. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, you guys are gonna see me squint a lot.
Yes, I was
can't-
sitting here thinking about I need to go get
see-
my glasses.
Yeah, I can't see worth the crap at all. Yeah, can't thank those guys over at Kinfolk Farms, Shane and Kim. They have helped us tremendously to get over that hump, it's been exciting the last couple of days because I've got a lot more notifications on videos and a lot of people telling me that they've subscribed and congratulations on 1,000 subscribers and all that stuff. So it's been really exciting the last couple of days.
David speaking with Shane.
Oh. So I've been on several of these lives, and I know that a lot of people do a lot of networking back and forth, but like I say, as it pops up on this screen here, I can't hardly read it. And then when I look to this screen over here, I still can't hardly read it. So my wife's been trying.
Oh, thank you, Shane.
Go ahead.
Thank you. He says, shoot, y'all helped us more than you know.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know Kim talked about it in one of their lives. She actually reached out to me about her supply list for castrating these piglets coming up on Saturday. I was able to provide her with a pretty extensive pictures and details of everything she needs. So I think she stated that she was ready and prepared with all of her supplies. So it'll be exciting.
Oh, Shane says she's ready.
Mhm.
She's ready to get after it. Wanting to get up early and get after it.
Yes, Vineyard Farm. You might want to join me on my live at some point. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, we definitely will. We try and do our best. So right now, this time of year, here in our part of Georgia, it doesn't get dark until 9:15 to 9:30.
Thank you,
So,
James.
Anyway, we try to stay out and do as many things we can. I work a full-time job and Benjamin runs farm during the day. So with that being said, a lot of times, a lot of the heavier lifting type
Oh,
stuff.
in the garden? Oh,
Do what?
Shane, what y'all growing in that garden? A lot.
Oh.
So I've been canning, so that's another thing. Of course, he wants me to do canning videos, and by the time I get zoned into it, I just ain't got time to set up no camera. So we, green beans, picking them by the buckets, cucumbers, tomatoes, okra, black eyed peas, black beans, pinto beans, squash and zucchini,
Jalapenos, and banana peppers.
corn. We picked all the corn.
Corn's already been harvested, about ready to be pulled up.
Potatoes,
Potatoes,
garlic, onion.
yeah, potatoes, garlic, and onion. And I attempted a row of beets and
The dang geese got
oh
them.
man. So we have a small section of our garden down by our pond, and we goofed around this year and let a pair of geese. They had a nest and laid some eggs somewhere around there. So they raised about 4 goslings in our pond, and man, that little garden down there by the pond was like it was a feast for them.
It's a little salad bar for
Yeah,
them.
oh yeah. So all the beets, man, as soon as they popped out of the ground like microgreens, they were wearing them out. I had a row of tomato plants in there. First 3 or 4 tomato plants, they ate them back to the stems. I ended up taking a piece or a section of poultry netting and put it all the way up across the edge of the bank there past a big tree, and that seems to have held them off, but the damage was done. The beets are horrible now, but we'll I think I'm gonna do them a little bit different next time. I might actually do a garden box next time for the beets.
So Vineyard Farms, where are you located at?
I wish I could see that. That's terrible. Yeah, so obviously I need to go to the eye doctor because I got contacts and I still can't see it, and it's 2 feet away. Starting to show my age a little bit. No, there's a lot of.
You're struggling.
Oh yeah, I'm struggling. I know that everybody's probably laughing. Of course, I got 8 folks in here. Pretty cool. Oh, another big thing that's happening. So I'm changing jobs,
Yes.
and it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for us.
West Virginia or Western
Western
New York. Oh, I bet you the weather's cool up there.
So how's the Shane's asking how the markets have been this year. So I'm gonna tell you, we started markets last year, and we were blown away at the response to those markets. You know, we didn't want to dive in too deep and have too much product and have too much money tied up into it. So we went pretty light to begin with. We did a couple of batches of whole broiler chickens and had them packaged and ready to go. So we had probably 80 to 100 chickens packaged and ready to go. We processed 1 pig to start with when we did the markets last year. We learned very quickly that within maybe 2 markets or so, we almost had nothing to sell. Um, you know, and that, it was joyful and disheartening all at the same time, because we were we were really upset that we didn't have anything else to sell and didn't have anything to be out there and spread the name and spread the word and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, we sold everything that we had an investment into. So you know, all that did was make us drive a little harder. So basically, we prepared ourselves and we learned how to stagger our litters of piglets and how to grow them out. And you know, once we got to that point, we learned that we had to schedule our butchering dates out a little bit further and all that. So this year, the markets have gone very, very well. We are just a couple of $1,000s off right now what we did for the whole entire year last year. So I believe that the farm business and the farm income will probably double from what it was last year by the end of the year. So Shane, the market's been going very well. Very, very well. I appreciate you asking. And I know you guys, I can just hear it in your voice when you were talking about it on your live the other day. You guys are going to get into it, and you're going to love it. And it's going to be a good second income for you. There's no doubt about that. Wasn't my dad?
Yep.
Hey, Pops.
Pops and Shane are communicating.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And that's the thing, Shane. So we've learned we have quite a few, I mean, just committed regular customers, but even the ones that we've kind of learned them at the markets, they'll stand back from us and they're reading, you know, what we're offering. And then once they start to make the few steps forward and realize that we have fresh, you know, it's frozen, but fresh farm-raised local products, you know, the community is starting to open up to the fact of what they are eating and the quality of meats and produce that they're eating, and not so much of the commercial stuff anymore. So it's, people are really pushing and looking for all of that farm fresh products.
Yeah. On top of that, I can't tell you how many people and how often they'll stand there and they'll be like, "Oh, so where's you guys farm at?" And we'll tell them, you know, "Hey, we're just, you know, 10 or 15 miles from where this market is," and they get really, really excited about that. And you know, they stand there and how do I not know about you guys? Well, you know, we don't really advertise. We have a Facebook page that we push pretty hard. We have done some of the paid ads on Facebook before, but not. We hadn't done a bunch of it. Like when we get meat back, we do box deals and things like that. So we'll push an ad for the weekend or something, and it works out pretty good. But if we're going to markets, we really don't advertise. We do really well every time that we go to a market. You know, this year, I think our worst day at the market was our best day last year. Mm-hmm. So that's extremely positive for the farm business. So what was that?
It says 90 some wine.
Oh yeah. So she's drinking store-bought wine though. I got this. Well,
it's some good wine.
My muscadine wine that I have that we made last year is so sweet that I mean if you don't have diabetes, you will have it after a glass. I mean I put way too much sugar in this stuff, but it was it's really good. If somebody really, really likes a sweet muscadine wine, you've got to try this stuff. We only bought a couple of wine bottles for it last year, but we did it in a quart jar. Let me go get that.
Get what?
I'm gonna get a quart jar of this wine and let these people see it.
Okay. My computer's acting up on me.
So this is this was muscadine and scuppernong's mixed.
Yeah.
And it turned out really, really clear. Wasn't hardly any sediment at all in it. And like I said, it's really, really, really sweet. Just a really pretty color. Turned out really good. And we really don't have all that much left out of 5 gallons.
Oh, so pasture raised poultry. We've been growing a herd of cattle. They all started off as calves.
Yeah.
I think we're up to 20 total now in combination with his parents. So late fall, early winter, we'll actually start offering beef, but the pasture raised poultry. Of course, the free range eggs, and then I also do jams and jellies and baked goods during the holidays. And of course, some pickled items that people just absolutely love.
Yeah, the jams and jellies, man. So that it's funny.
No,
because
it's not Shane's wine. It is Stella Rosa. It is some of the best store bought wine. But I am gonna have to get me some of this Shane's wine that everybody keeps talking about. So.
Yeah, I just realized yesterday I was going through and deleting some text messages, and last time I talked to you, James, you had said you were going to try to stop by, and I totally forgot, and I guess you got busy or something like that. But we missed you. I was excited when you told me that. Of course, I went right back to work, but we wish you to stop by. Stop by anytime if you're that close. So 12 people watching, seven likes, 13 people watching. So I'll be honest with you guys, we have never even really thought about doing these lives just because just not sure what to talk about. Not sure what to talk about, not sure what you want us to talk about. And so we figured that since we got to the 1,000 mark that we would go ahead and throw one out there and see what came of it. I've actually had some pretty good questions so far. I'm really digging it.
Yes, you can come get all you want.
What you want?
Catfish,
Oh yeah, y'all come catfishing.
fish
Holy
it.
crap.
All you want.
Man, there's so many catfish in that pond. That would actually be a good video for me to do. So we feed those catfish every now and again. When we first got here, we fed them a lot. And I'm going to tell you, my mother loves to go down there and throw out dog food or cat food or something like that. We used to buy a floating catfish feed, but throw that out there, and within minutes, there are hundreds and hundreds of catfish eating that stuff floating off top of the water. And my mom loves to go down there and just watch them do that. But it's a lot of fun. I need to do, I saw a video the other day, somebody did some kind of catfish trap out of a barrel. And
There, see, here you go, building something else.
yeah.
Building something else.
Yeah, but anyhow, the catfish barrel was pretty cool. He pulled it up in the boat and it just had these big holes in it, and he was shaking it, and these big old catfish come flopping out of there. So, but yeah, I love to eat catfish. She doesn't care for it near as much as I do, but every now and again I'll catch myself going down there with a rod and reel, and I'll catch one or two, and I'll clean them and eat them that night. But,
You can come take all the catfish you want, Shane. There's so many out there.
yeah,
You know, you read like, something like catfish don't breed in a pond like that, but
There's
it's a
no
lie.
way.
That is a
No
lie.
way. About, oh gosh, probably about a month ago now, I went down there one afternoon, and I got a compost pile near the pond. So I grabbed the rake and I raked back from the compost pile. I went and grabbed the rod and reel out of the garage, and I grabbed a couple worms. I started hooking on there. The same worm, I caught 9 catfish about 8 to 10 inches long. And
That's
who's that?
Healthy Homestead Chicks. Hello.
Hello, hey guys, how are y'all? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and I mean those little bitty catfish like that, man, they wear it out. And I can throw out in the same spot every single time and pull one in. And actually, you got to kind of learn how to catch.
What are lily pad eaters?
Grass
James?
carp?
Yeah, what are lily pad eaters?
Gotta be something like a grass carp. Huh.
ain't got no lily
I was
pads.
thinking
So there ain't nothing out there eating lily pads.
I heard Shane talking the other day that he had a lot of lily pads in their lake or pond that they were trying to figure out how to get cleaned up and thinned out a little bit anyway. I would imagine that would be for great fish habitat. I'm not a big fisherman, bass or anything like that. Our oldest son is, but I'm not. I'm a hunter. I'm a red meat guy.
Or deep sea fishing.
Or deep sea. I want to go deep sea fish. I like that. Something about the ocean and the sun and probably cold beer. And big fish. So we're all
New York.
So New York,
Australia.
That's really cool.
Oh, he was joking. See, you're about to have me Googling something.
But yeah, just seeing where everybody's from is amazing to me. I had somebody that commented from Canada the other night.
10 Eastern Standard Time. That's it's getting past his bedtime.
Yeah, that's my bedtime. Our dog's back. Spraying one of those sugar-free waters. On bad bet, guys. What was that?
What did I miss? Oh, something about some lily pad eaters.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to throw some jokes at me.
Yeah, James is playing tricks on Jamie over here.
Making me dinner, fish sticks and pizza rolls. Okay. So, the daughter wrecked her car, totaled her car a few weeks ago. So I have to either go pick her up occasionally from her work. So I was like, I'm gonna pick up something easy. You got this live plan. So pizza. Tell your daughter which one you want.
It don't matter.
So he was like, there's no way we could eat pizza on this live with what we do and what we promote.
Oh man.
Eating,
Put that in the fridge.
eating healthy farm fresh food. And James or Shane is over here eating fish sticks and pizza rolls.
Oh, I don't feel bad now. So we were talking about it. She was like, "Yeah, we just need to do pizza." And I told her, I was like, "Girl," I said, "all this farm fresh food and stuff that we raise in South, I said, we can't be eating pizza on YouTube like that. That'd be terrible. Sending a complete wrong message." We do though. Every now and again we'll get pizza or something like that, and we're just like anybody else. We try to do the best that we can to eat really, really good, and every now and again we splurge and get some greasy pizza.
Yeah, you could have had a lot of fun with them lily pads. Yeah, lily pad eaters. James, you're lucky this is your first live. Oh, is he trying to be sweet? Are you being sweet?
Well, so who said that?
James.
Oh.
He said we could have had a lot of fun with that one with Jamie and the lily pad eaters. You're lucky it's your first live.
Oh, you could have run with that because
I would have started
like I said, I'm not a fish guy, so I mean catfish, rainbow trout, bass, brim, crappie, all that kind of stuff. But like when you said lily pad eaters, I was sitting there thinking grass carp maybe. So you could have got me on that too. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, Kim's not home, so that's the choice you have for dinner.
That's funny. So who's that? Oh, Black's Tropical Homestead. Hey guys. So we'll see you guys Saturday. They're the ones I was telling you about that are going to be picking up a pig from Shane. 12 people, 8 likes. As I say that, my daughter's probably over here giggling at me. All her views on TikTok.
She actually helps control the TikTok farm.
Dad complains about how I hold the phone.
One video.
Dad complains
One
about how
video.
Lily does a TikTok video on the Tillman Family Farms TikTok. But yet she is the just freshly 18-year-old that's a little bit more TikTok savvy. And Dad
Yeah.
didn't like the crooked video.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's just sideways. People can turn their phone.
I know. So when I turned my phone though, it didn't straighten the video up. I mean, it was just there. It was sideways. It was just sideways.
It's 10 a.m. in Queens,
And where?
Queens, Australia. At Penny Willis.
It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
What? That is crazy.
So Penny, I'm serious when I say that Australia is one of the places I want to go. And you probably hear that all the time when you talk to somebody from another country. But I don't like going planes. I've only flown a couple of times in my whole lifetime, and my wife over here is trying to get me out of my shell to go some different places. And if I get on a plane to go across a big body of water, I am going to Australia. There is no doubt in my mind.
Hard to hear you.
Hard to hear me. Uh-oh. Oh, was that? Who was that?
So the River Flower Farms.
Okay. So.
Which is odd because we're both
yeah.
loud people.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll try to speak up. Does anybody else have a hard time hearing us? I mean, sound like a critter. Yeah, I know that's right. We that's normally what we're doing about this time. Normally what we're doing.
She said now it's better.
Now it's better. Where are you leaving?
I'm going to refill my
Oh,
glass.
she's going to refill her glass. Will you put one of these? This just means I gotta read the comments by myself. So y'all gonna see me squint and struggle. Alright. Oh wow, 14 people in here. 14 people. So, what's some of the things that you guys have planned and what you guys got going on? What you doing over there?
I'm swatting it up.
Oh, never mind. I'd love to hear what you guys have going on and you know what you're doing on your homesteads or in your yard or anything like that. Planting gardens and vegetables. Jamie and I've been doing that for a very, very long time. Hey, Jamie Miles, Seven Stands Farm. Hey man, how are you doing? Man, I didn't have the guts either. My wife's been after me for a couple weeks, and then I talked to Shane from Kinfolk Farms, and he told me that it was a must. He said that you need to start doing them if you really want to get things going good. So, you know, we just bit the bullet and did it. We have no idea what we're going to talk about. We wanted to make it farm talk. People ask us questions and things like that, but you know, not everybody does what we do, and they don't have a lot of questions about it. So, but we're definitely open to any of that kind of stuff. It's good to see you, man. My computer's up here freezing up on me. Man, my computer keeps kicking me out. How did this camera stand up there? I have no idea where my wife went to get this glass of wine. She completely left the house. Y'all give me just a second, I got some technical difficulties. Alright, maybe that'll get me going again. So yeah, so this small screen right here from my phone is I can't really see the comments on it. There we go. Got my computer back up. Yeah, like I say, I've got to get myself to Australia. With the farm and all that stuff, it's going to be harder and harder and harder for us to get away to do things like that. I foresee us in the future ending up having to hire some help. I just did that. It is acting. No, it's still connected. No. Anyway, I foresee us having to hire some help probably within the next year or so. It's going to get a little too much for Jamie to handle it by herself. We do get kids. Oh, there's
Hello.
Kim.
Hey,
There's
Kim.
We do get help from our kids every now and again. Both our boys moved out, and our daughter still lives with us, but she works a full-time job and is trying to decide whether or not she's going to go to school for anything or something like that. But both of my girls are big time into horses, timed rodeo events, barrels, poles, arena race, Texas barrels, all sorts of stuff like that. So both of them are very, very farm thrifty girls, and they get out there and they work hard. But feeding birds and moving chicken tractors and collecting eggs and toting around 50-pound bags of feed to fill up feeders. And, our water situation is pretty tough, so a lot of that kind of stuff is what I end up having to do when I get home from work in the afternoon. So, but as soon as we get to that point, we'll probably be able to open ourselves up to travel a little bit more. Last year at this time, our wedding anniversary is in July, so she and I decided that we were gonna. We had just kind of met Chuck Lewis from Sheridan Park Farm, so we decided that we were gonna do a mountain trip and we were gonna kind of swing through there and meet those guys. And we got to meet Jaime Miles from Seven Stance Farm as well. Those guys are friends up there, so we got to meet everybody all in one shot. We didn't get to spend a ton of time with them, but we did, and that was the first time that golly, that's the first trip that we've done like that since 18, I guess. And in 18, we just went to the beach for a couple days, so we don't get to travel all that much with the farm and everything that we have to do, but it's definitely a need for us eventually.
Oh, I'm drinking wine, Kim. That's what I'm drinking.
Oh, this one's a different color. What did you
Oh,
do
yes,
time?
this is Stella Rosa pink. The
What
other
was
one
the
was
other one?
black, Stella Rosa black.
What is it, baby? Owl. These are our friends from YouTube and other people that we've met through YouTube. What does it say? What did he say?
Something, the air conditioning's too loud.
Oh, no. A generic farmhouse with a wind unit. Yeah, so we live in an actual old farmhouse, little farmhouse. We are slowly but surely fixing some things up and doing some painting, and we've taken some walls down, and we plan on closing the carport here and some other things like that. So we'll be moving into those things eventually.
Pop says it's better.
That's better.
Well, and two, between that and then the puppy, he's down playing with the squeaky
Oh
toy
yeah, he
also.
had a squeaker under the table
Yeah.
here that we're sitting
Oh,
at.
you want to pick them up?
Yeah, you can bring them to us.
Yeah. Bring.
Here.
So this is Fuzz. Fuzz.
He'll sit right here.
Yeah, sitting down there. So Fuzz is the last of a litter of puppies that Jamie saved. He's like, holy cow, I can see myself on that screen right there. Look at it. So he was the last of a litter of puppies that Jamie saved. They were 3 days old, 2 days old,
4 days.
4 days old, and so we bottle raised these guys. She, for the most part, bottle raised these guys, and when it got down, so we were just finding everybody homes. We weren't selling puppies or anything like that, and there were 2 left. And when the second to last one went home, we had these guys in this big setup out of
She's dropping everything behind
our
her.
comic relief in the background back
Sorry, everybody.
there. But anyway, as the last one, the second to last one left, I told Jamie, I was like, we can't leave that guy out in the garage. I said, we need to at least bring him inside and start, getting him used to people and becoming somebody's pet and all that kind of stuff. And man, it was like 3 days, and Jamie looked at me, she said, so we still actively trying to find this guy home? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I kind of like him. I had this big vision that this guy was going to be my dog. This is a boy dog. We've got a really old man outside boy dog, but I don't have a dog that loves me the way that our dogs love her. We have 3 blue heelers and this guy. The 3 blue heelers are all girls, and I'm gonna tell you, they all love her. I have a feeling it's because she's here with them all the time and she spends most time with them, but they just, man, if I tell them to come on and she's here, they just look at me like I'm a space alien.
James, home renovation, more YouTube? No. He comes home and I've typically just torn the wall down, and then there's mad chaos, and he has to start working.
Yeah. I've taught myself a lot of things. I taught myself how to do Formica countertops when we sold the house down the road. I taught myself how to do sheetrock and just one thing after another. I'm an electrician by trade. I've done some flooring work in the past, tile, hardwood, carpet, but electrical work is what I do. Actually, I don't lie to y'all. I don't work with my tools anymore. And if any of my guys that work for me are watching this, they'll tell you real quick that I don't do any work outside the office.
Yes, he has grown. So I think they're 5 months old now.
Yeah. I really hope he doesn't get much bigger. They're a mixed breed. I think the mother was
An Australian Shepherd, and the dad was supposedly a Red Heeler.
Yeah.
They definitely has the herding breed tendencies. He does a lot of the same stuff that the girls do.
Yeah.
He loves the water. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He loves the water. But if that's what he is truly bred, I should do a DNA test on him. But they call them Texas Heelers. They breed the 2 for the brains and the beauty. And oddly enough, they say it kind of mellows the 2 breeds out. Yeah.
What did Jamie say?
Yeah, all my dogs love Sarah more than they love me. Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
So the way it goes is us guys, we give them the discipline. We make them sit. We make them get off the couch. We make them do all these things. And they don't like that. Jamie lets them get away with anything and everything. It doesn't matter. We had this conversation last night. I told her, I said, that's why they like you more.
Oh, yes, James, those videos would be exactly the same way here. There would have to be a lot of sensors going up, a lot of words bleeped out. Like Chris told me, he's like, we can't do any cussing on this. So
Oh, yeah.
we're the home renovation. We have to watch when the phone is recording when we are doing farm stuff too. I'm pretty sure he edits a lot of me out of the videos.
I'm gonna tell you. So, now that we've learned a lot more about pigs and we've learned to prepare more on the front end, I don't get near as mad as pigs as what I did originally. I'm gonna tell you, the first time that we loaded pigs to go to the processor, oh my gosh, I threw things, I cussed a lot. I wanted to sell
Kim says Shane has to do a lot of editing because of his mouth too.
At one point or another, I was ready to sell the whole entire farm. I was like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know why we decided to do this. This was the dumbest thing, but we learned and we benefited from that. But yeah, a lot of editing, especially when you just set the camera up on a tripod. You go to do something you think's going to take like that, and it doesn't work out. I can't tell you. Trying to get pigs into a crate one time to move them from a training pen to a big pen, we let them get too big, and I can't remember which video that is, but I grabbed the back end of a sow that we still have, Gertrude, our big Berkshire, Hampshire cross sow, and she was probably already 120 pounds or so. And buddy, I'm gonna tell you what, I had both her back legs, and I was trying to wheelbarrow her, and she was just kicking and beating the crap out of me, and there was a lot of words. I forget what I did. I had to put music in there or something to cover up all the stuff I was saying. It was pretty bad.
Oh, I could see the two of y'all being together and not the best quality video with words.
I'm gonna tell you. So I've been in construction my whole life, and you know, I've probably got a match for a sailor's mouth. Sometimes of course I do a lot of customers, a lot of public, and I can turn that off and on. But if it's just me and I'm frustrated, you'll probably hear words that nobody should say in front of their mother ever. Is that good? You should have cut it. You could have pulled the pit right out of it.
Our daughter's over there. So one of the things I make is strawberry peach jam, and I will only use the peaches from Lane's Orchard. I believe they're in Fort Valley.
Yeah.
They get brought to this area, so I always put in big orders. I think I ordered 5 boxes total this year so far. But Lily's over there eating one for the first time, and
Is that the first one you had?
it's like
This
running
box, yeah.
down her face. She's standing over
She
the
said-
kitchen sink.
She said of this box.
Of that box.
No, this batch.
Oh, this batch. So
I think
this
I ate
year.
from last year.
Oh yeah.
But the peaches are great this year. Fresh
Oh,
Georgia
wow.
peaches so far
They
have been
amazing.
amazing.
I think that's probably why this one box over here having
10
a
out of
process.
10, recommend. You should go get some.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta ask for forgiveness. There's no doubt about that. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we sent them some
Oh yes.
strawberry peach jam.
So
I'm glad
it's one
you
of
guys
my
like it,
yeah, it's one of my top sellers. Surprisingly enough, we made a trip to North Carolina probably about close to 10 years ago now, and we were on our way back home. We stopped somewhere in North Georgia, and of course I wanted peaches, and I accidentally created strawberry peach jam. It should actually be peach strawberry. It's more peach than it is strawberry,
Most definitely.
but strawberry peach just kind of flows. But so the kids, that was one of their. Lily, you need to come show us the drool.
Oh, the
they
drool.
said you need to come drool in the video with your peach.
Look at that peach. Come over here and show them how you're eating that peach. Come on, little girl.
But the strawberry peach is like my #1 seller, and so this year I'm projecting to make about 120 pint
You gotta
jars.
eat it like a chicken wing.
Like chicken wing,
Yeah, you
chicken
can-
wing,
you can go on
like a drumlet.
chicken wing.
I was trying to tell her that she should cut it. These pits and these pieces are so good; they just pop right out. But
I'm getting to it.
she's doing it the old-fashioned way. Golly, we've already been on here for 49 minutes. Holy cow!
Hey,
This has been fun. I've seen a lot of other people do these, and I've always seen how much fun they were having. And like Jamie Miles was saying earlier, he just didn't have the guts, and that's kind of the same for us. We just really didn't have the guts. to do
Yes,
it.
we've been talking about it, and
Yeah.
for one, like normally when he gets home, we're still like mad rushing trying to get a bunch of the heavier stuff done, or I'm giving riding lessons. So the weather here, we're actually getting some rain, so it kind of
It was a
Cancel, yeah,
Yeah, it
good
was a good
timing.
time.
Yeah,
Good
canceled
time
some
for
of my evening riding lessons, and we were able to fit this in and
Yeah.
just bite it the first time and go with it.
That's I mean I'm very very
Yes.
thankful for everybody stopping by tonight, coming by and checking us out, seeing what we got going on. Excited about the whole 1,000 thing. So and it's funny because so now it doesn't tell you how many people you have. It just says 1,000 something. And I kept trying to figure out. So how do you see that now? So I finally figured all that out. So it's like I'm trying to explore more things, more options on the YouTube channel itself. So I'll probably learn more about all this stuff over the next couple of weeks, and it will just make us and the channel better. Shane and I were having this conversation the other day. At one point or another, this thing got to me almost like it was an extra job. I was working at it so hard that over a weekend I would do 2 videos, and I would have a video held back for Wednesday, so I released one on either Sunday or Monday, and then I released one on Wednesday, and then when the weekend would be rolling around, I'd be making more videos, and then we started trying to add the YouTube Shorts in there. We were trying to figure out what was the best way to do this thing, and we didn't really gain a whole bunch of traction. So we kind of slacked off, and we were just doing videos whenever we could. And now I've decided to only do videos on things that I feel are educational, that would teach somebody something about the builds that we do, about the different things that we're learning with the pigs and cows and chickens and all that kind of stuff. Unless you end up with a really big rat snake in the egg box.
There was another one in there today. Oh.
Yep. Yep.
I had to just get a stick and fling him out and let the chickens terrorize him. Like, I'm not coping with this at all. Like, there was a little brief moment today to where I was like, what if I just catch it on fire? And then I realized it's just a metal trailer. Like, it's not going to catch on fire.
Oh, there's enough wood there. That thing would burn.
Like, I can't cope with the snakes. Like, I do everything.
Well,
everything. Birth all these animals, stick my hands where they shouldn't be, but not in a nesting box with a snake. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
So this is the third one. The first one was the biggest one, and thus far we have caught them and released them somewhere else. I mean, they're rat snakes, they're good snakes, so they eat all the bad snakes, and they keep the little crappy critters out of the pastures that we don't like. But if they continue, we're either going to have to relocate them to somebody else's property down the road or something like that. But
we've had chickens a long time, and this is the first.
No, the second time. Down at the old house, we had one.
Well, I didn't experience it. Yeah.
But yeah, the snakes, of course, they scare the crap out of her in the rollaway boxes. You take the lid off the rollaway box and bam.
There's big.
There's like
big
4.5, 5 foot of silver
dramatic.
dollar around rat snake laying there.
And then what's bad is, like, for one, he has broke a bunch of eggs trying to eat them, and then has eaten several eggs, and then he's making my hens mad.
Yeah.
And they're not laying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's another big thing. A lot of people ask us questions about how the egg layers are doing. A lot of people that live around here, we had our eggmobile out in the big pasture with a big setup out there with electric netting and all that stuff. So everybody was loving it. There were a lot of comments on our Facebook page about it, and people always asking us, what we had going on out there. And that was also how some people started recognizing us, and that's where our farm was. They were on our Facebook page, and they would buy stuff from us at the market, but they didn't know where we were. And then all of a sudden we just started getting comments of, "Oh my gosh, I pass by you guys' farm every day." So our pasture and the contraptions that we put out there are definitely a signature for us, I guess you could say. Copperhead in the driveway. You didn't catch it?
oh, no. See, there is this video going around on Facebook, and it is 2 snakes mating, and they are climbing under the base of someone's cabinet in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I would burn the house down. Like, I would have all of my important stuff piled up outside and burn the house down. It's not happening. Kim.
Would you take all the deer heads off the wall
Oh, yeah.
before you burn it?
Oh, yeah.
Just wanna make sure.
Because I got more on the wall.
I keep her around because she's really good at things. But yeah, it's true. She does have more deer on the wall. She's just lucky. They just come out there when she's out there hunting.
I have 0.
Yeah, Lily's not lucky at all. Lily and Kenny. Everybody else in the family. Peyton's got one. Dad shot one a couple years ago. I've got a couple, and James got a bunch. Yeah. They have a whole section back there in the room that's like a shrine to Jamie's deer slayerness. Well, that's rightfully so. That's before we had a farm business, we were a homestead.
Yes.
Grew tons and tons of vegetables and canned a lot. And we did a lot of hunting, and that was how we got our red meat. We had chickens for eggs, and we would always raise a couple pigs for meat.
I don't blame you, Kim. Like,
What'd she say?
I'm not getting near it.
Yeah, no.
So, at our old house, we had a swimming pool. Of course, we did experience more yard snakes. I never saw one in the chickens. But we had a swimming pool, and the kids were little at this time, and they had like the little tykes slide around the swimming pool. And I go and I turn the pump on, and I'm walking back the same path I walked, and lo and behold, there is this huge snake. So I look like Annie Oakley out there with this big shotgun, standing on top of this little tyke's slide.
Called me on the phone asking me how to shoot the gun.
I shoot a rifle. I didn't know how to shoot a shotgun at that time.
Yeah.
And I killed
Bridge load, single shot, 20 gauge with a hammer. And but yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, it was funny. That's really not the funniest snake story about Jamie though. Her and a friend of hers were riding from their house to our house one day, and they came pulling in the driveway, and they were like, oh my god, you gotta come out here and check this truck and make sure there's not a snake there. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, we ran over this huge snake down the road back there, and we don't see it anymore. So I go out there and I'm looking, I'm like, hey guys, it's not in the truck. So I'm looking all under this truck, and we ride back down the road, and lo and behold, there's like a 4.5 foot Eastern Diamondback, or Eastern Timber Rattler, I think is what it was. And that joker was gigantic.
We have 14.
Yeah, 14 rattles on it.
That's on the wall too.
Yeah, I put this. That's part of your mom's hunting shrine. I had to put the snake skin on the wall, along with all of her deer. And
So James, I'm not gonna say it's girl skills. I am the worst hunter ever.
mm-hmm.
I do all the wrong. I smoke in the woods. I drink my Coca-Cola in the deer stand. I show up late to the deer stand, and it just happens. You know, Chris has to bathe in all of the right smell good stuff to smell like the woods.
Smell bad.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all the good hunting stuff. No. My hair will be fruity fresh with a cigarette and my Coca-Cola.
Oh boy. Oh man. So we're running right about an hour right now, and that's really what we had talked about originally, was doing this for about an hour. This was really fun, guys. I really appreciate everybody that got on. And a lot of these guys are other channels that we follow and watch their videos as well. And we just appreciate it. We appreciate the support. We've gotten to the point to where we feel like we're gaining a little traction, and we'll keep chipping at it here and there. But one more time, I want to thank Shane and Kim over at Kinfolk Farms for the support they've given us over the past couple weeks. Helped us get over that hump to get that 1,000 mark. But I'm sure that we'll be doing these more. I don't know how often we'll do them, but we'll definitely be doing them more. This was fun for us, and definitely I would say a good use of our time with the weather outside being a little bit off for us. So what did he say?
He said awesome.
No. Go back. There you go.
Yeah, congrats on the, what he said, 10,000.
10,000.
You put one too many
Yeah.
zeros on there.
we ain't that far yet. Oh. No. You and Chuck are way ahead of us. I wish it was 10,000. I wish. But anyway, so we appreciate all you guys coming and all the commenting and the networking back and forth,
Yes.
and love all you guys, and we're going to keep trying to put out some informational farm videos, and yeah, seriously, if there's anything that you guys see us doing that you want to know something about, or know about how
Nice.
to do it, or whatever,
Nice.
then let us know, and I'll be more than happy to either back up to something that I've already done videos on and be a little bit more detailed, or anything like that. I would love to see and hear about more people out there in the world homesteading, even if you just got a half-acre backyard or even a quarter-acre backyard.
Use it to your
yeah,
benefit. I mean, you could
can
utilize
grow,
even the
golly, you can
smallest
grow all
spaces.
sorts of stuff.
Mhm.
We don't do a lot of videos about gardening, but we have a really big garden, and we get a ton of stuff from it every year. Oh, hey guys. Class, what are you doing?
Yeah, so she said that her son succeeds and hunts with blue jeans and flip flops. So
Yeah,
here at
yeah.
the house, it is that way. The last buck I got was a last minute. I've probably been out there maybe 20 minutes from getting in from the grocery store because none of these kids wanted to go hunting, and it's so convenient right here in the backyard on the farm. And I shot a buck we've never seen on camera, and I was probably in a bright red Georgia Bulldog t-shirt. It was still warm. You know,
Yeah.
our winters don't get cold until about February.
Yeah, and it was football season. So that's only happened for me once, and it was this past year. I've never had a good lucky hunt like that.
Good night, David.
Yeah, good night. But the day before my birthday in November this past year, I told her, I was like, you know what? It's getting late, but I'm going to run out there anyway. So as I'm creeping up to this shooting house, y'all might have seen it in some of the videos, but as I'm creeping up to it, I scan the field, and I'm looking, I didn't see any deer anywhere. I climbed this ladder, I opened the door, I set my gun on the inside of the shooting house. I climbed up and I got on one knee, and I was about to try to stand up, and I looked out the window. There's an 8-point buck standing out there in the field. I didn't even get my chair. All I did was reach back, grab my rifle, put it in the shooting thing, and I shot him and climbed right back down.
So, Kaleidoscope Junkie, the 6-grain scratch, it actually turned out pretty good. The only bad thing, so we had that whole section blocked off from any livestock getting over there. And just the other day, we were walking it and realized that the extreme lack of rain, everything was burning out there. So we have turned it open to the horses. That we have 3 horses on this side, and we're just going to go ahead and let them graze that. And but we're gonna put some more out there. It was pretty neat. We had all kinds of peas and everything was growing everywhere.
Popped up out there. There were turnips that popped up.
Yeah.
There were tomato plants that popped up. A couple of either maybe melons or squash or something like that popped up. There was a lot of stuff out of that. I know that there was some of the barley that popped up, some of the oats. There was another grass type of stuff that I had in there.
It was Milo,
Yeah, Milo. That's what
barley, oats.
but yeah, that turned out good. I think the key to that was using the organic scratch grain.
Yes.
We have had in the past a regular 7-way scratch grain. If we moved chickens out of a pen, the wheat would grow up out of it and things like that. But the organic scratch grain, the 9-way, it did really good. There was a lot of extra stuff in that. So the organic part of it means, of course, no chemicals and all that stuff ever been sprayed on it, even when it was live plant. And it just
Yes,
it did
dove
really
field.
well.
It would. I think it would be great in a dove field.
Oh yeah, most definitely in a dove field. Yeah, we may try to do some of that. This back pasture that we've got is about 5 acres. We last year we planted rye back there, and normally I'll do it's a mix. It's got all sorts of stuff in it, but I'll put that out there, and when it pops up, it does really well. But we do have a lot of dove around here, and my youngest son Kenny loves to go and shoot doves, and every year we'll walk during dove season and we'll shoot a handful of them around here. But if we were to actually prep a field for it, I would imagine that we would do pretty well. Just get out there, let it grow up, and then get out there and cut it when dove season opens up so that the birds would land. It'd probably be pretty good.
All right, is that it?
That's it. So we're gonna sign off, guys. We appreciate y'all watching and commenting and everything. And I don't know.
Shane, Kim, and then who is that we're gonna meet else on?
James, Black's Tropical Homestead was in here. Jaime from Seven Stands Farm. There was all sorts of people in here. All sorts of people. We appreciate.
But
the
I'm talking
support.
about Saturday at Shane and Kim's.
Yeah. So
So-
Black's Tropical Homestead will
Okay,
be
so
there for
we'll
sure.
be there.
And I
soon.
think I want to say he told me that James was coming.
I think
wanna
I
say-
just read that his schedule's not gonna work out. So
Oh,
anywho,
no. Okay.
all right.
All right, guys. We're getting out of here. Good night. Y'all have a good evening. Now, how do you turn it off?